move on to sports now. Here's Olumide Macaulay. Olumide.
Thank you, Ijoma. Welcome to Sports News, and we begin with football. Bayern Munich president Uli Hoeneß has admitted he evaded taxes of 18.5 million euros using a secret Swiss bank account more than 5 times. A German court was stunned by his admission today that the number of times was more than the amount on the prosecutor's charge sheet. Nigeria Premier League side Warri Wolves will face AEC Bezirten of Tunisia in the second round of the CAF Confederation Cup. Wolves eliminated Cameroonian side Union Douala following a 1-0 draw at home to advance 4-3 on aggregate after they won the first leg 3-2 in Cameroon. And finally, Arsenal held their last home training session today ahead of their Champions League last 16 second leg match away to title holders Bayern Munich. Bayern won the first leg at Arsenal 2-0, so the Gunners have a tough task ahead, while their opponents hope to become the first team to retain the trophy. And that's Sports News. It's back to Ijoma for the rest of the news at 10.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Over now to the foreign scene, and while a massive search continues for the missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370, China wants to see more effort put into the search. Well, this could be because quite a number of the passengers aboard the craft are Chinese. The Malaysian authorities are attempting to address Chinese concerns, and they have already promised to fly worried families to Kuala Lumpur so they can be closer to the search efforts. Now it's day 6 of the murder trial of Olympic athlete Oscar Pistorius, who allegedly shot and killed his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp on Valentine's Day last year. The accused broke down and retched in court today as the forensic medicine expert Professor Gert Simon gave details of Ms. Steenkamp's autopsy. Our South Africa correspondent Betty Dibia reports.
It was a cool and calm Oscar Pistorius who came to court this morning as his murder trial resumed. But that soon changed as the second witness for the day, number 10 in a row, took the stand. Oscar Pistorius began to cry and retch continuously and loudly in court as Professor Gert Simon, a forensic medicine expert, took the stand. He gave graphic details of the autopsy report of Miss Riva Steenkamp.
My lady, just to clarify on the practicalities point, which is...
Professor Simon, flipping through an autopsy album, gave details of the injury to Riva's body, as well as the ammunition used in the shooting called Black Talon, designed to cause significant tissue damage as it mushrooms. He also stated that the presence of partially digested food in Ms. Steenkamp's stomach may mean she probably had something to eat about 2 hours before she died, around 3 a.m. This runs contrary to Pistorius' claim that they were both asleep by 10 p.m. the previous night. All through, the accused had his hands to his ears, head bowed, retching continuously in court, which continued after an earlier adjournment. Professor Simon had earlier sought permission from the court that his testimony not be broadcast, citing ethical reasons as well as that it will compromise the dignity of the deceased and those she left behind. Counsel for the media, Nick Ferreira, addressed the judge on ways to go around this through a compromise, while counsel on both sides agreed to go with Professor Simon's suggestion. The judge didn't rule on this immediately. Earlier, the 9th state witness, security guard Pieter Baba, stuck to his guns during cross-examination regarding who called whom first between him and Oscar Pistorius, despite the phone records. Also in court today were various women political groups, including 2 serving ministers of the African National Congress, who came as part of their campaign against violence against women and children in South Africa. 10 witnesses have been called so far, with more than 90 still on the list waiting to be called. The trial continues on Tuesday, probably with the cross-examination of Professor Gert Simon, the forensic medical expert. From the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria, South Africa, I'm Betty Dibe reporting for Channels Television News.
Well, I'm afraid it wasn't so great for us here on entertainment either, as Nollywood lost out yet again to Kenya and Ghana at the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. Here's Mayowa Okundele with the details.
Kenyan movie Nairobi Half-Life and Ghanaian drama The Contract stole the shine at the African Movie Viewers' Choice Awards held over the weekend in Lagos. Ghanaian flick Contract took home the coveted Best Movie and Best Director prizes, as well as the Best Writing and the Best Video Editing categories. Also with 4 prizes, Nairobi Half-Life carted away the plaques for art directing, makeup, lighting and cinematography. As usual, Nollywood only glowed in the acting categories, with Richard Dominic, Inse Ikwe-Etim, Bikia Graham Douglas, Osita Hieme and Desmond Elliott taking home prizes for deft character portrayals.
It's been awesome. I've been dancing, I've been dancing even before this, so now I'll double my dance.
Well, still on the AMVCA, like every other A-list event, our celebrities apparently took special time to prepare for a glamorous appearance on the red carpet. Well, as expected, style met glamour and beauty as some of the hottest talents in Africa came together to celebrate African film and TV talent. Still talking Nollywood, MMA Song's new movie Akpaye premiered in Lagos over the weekend, with cast and crew members stepping out to usher in the new movie in style. The movie, which brings back veteran actors including Clarion Chukura and Kanayo Okanayo, was directed by Desmond Elliott and tells a true life story of pain, struggles and determination.
Akpaye is a very inspirational story. It's a biopic of a lady that lived an exemplary life and who really contributed a lot to her community.
And on the foreign scene, the action film 300, Rise of an Empire, battled its way to $45 million in ticket sales to win the weekend box office race, slashing its way past the animated film Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, based on the Peabody's Improbable History segments in the 1960s animated TV show, collected ticket sales of $32.5 million at US and Canadian theaters. Last week's box office winner, Non-Stop, was third with $15.4 million in sales. The film stars Liam Neeson as an alcoholic US air marshal racing to stop a string of murders on an international flight.
Hijacking this plane.
Well, those are the top stories on entertainment. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Well, thanks a lot, Mayowa. And the main news again. Northern leaders have criticized the federal government's handling of the security crisis in the northeast at a conference in Kaduna, where they agreed on the unity of Nigeria. The INEC chairman has defended the 2015 elections timetable and vowed to prevent a repeat of the mistakes in the Anambra governorship poll. Well, he paid a courtesy visit to the corporate headquarters of Channels Television today, where he spoke on the commission's